Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is being set up to be one of the greatest Dragon Ball games of all time. Upon having a massively huge character roster, we are also told to be getting a variety of different game modes to be included within the game. One of those game modes being the actual story mode, and we're going to be going ahead and doing an in-depth on what we can actually expect the story mode to look like and what it will actually consist of. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys do subscribe if you guys are new, ring that notification bell if you want to be updated with all types of Dragon Ball content. And without wasting too much time here, we're going to be going ahead and getting straight into this. This is the official Bandai Namco website, and really doing an in-depth on what we can really expect or what the story mode will actually consist of, because it is very vague and it doesn't give us that much, but we're going to be looking into it and taking it little by little, piece by piece, and seeing what we can expect. So starting from the top right here, it says, today we will introduce two game modes, Episode Battle and Custom Battle, which you were not able to show off completely in the trailer. We are happy to be able to jump into more detail and show you some in-game footage. So it says, first up is the episode battles. In single player mode, you can take up the point of view of 8 different characters, including Goku and Vegeta, and enjoy famous battles from the anime. So we're going to come back to that. We're going to read through everything that we have here, and we're going to basically take this step by step. It says here, for each stage, you'll be playing through an introduction before heading into some of the most iconic fights in Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. It's so strange, it doesn't mention anything about Dragon Ball GT or like OG Dragon Ball just yet, so it seems like we're gonna have to wait, maybe just because those things aren't confirmed for the game just yet. Maybe when those sections of the games do get confirmed for the game, it'll add Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT, and maybe, you know, some of the non-canon movies, but for right now, we do know that it'll consist of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. It continues to say, the number of stages and battles vary by character. For example, Goku has the largest number of stages, beginning from when he fights Raditz up to and including fights in the Tournament of Power saga. So we do know that Goku and Vegeta will be 2 of the 8 characters that we will be playing from their specific perspectives when it comes to the single player episode battles. So this is just single player. This is for you on your free time. This is basically the story mode. So we've already seen gameplay footage of what that'll look like and what it'll consist of. We've seen literally the entire portion of the Raditz story, or the Raditz portion of the story from Goku's perspective. We've also seen from the trailer how we will also get Goku's story perspective when we see him, you know, sacrificing his life on Cell before, you know, he's getting ready to make up for Gohan's arrogance. Now, if you look towards this image right here, it does say right here under Goku's character introduction, it says a warrior who is constantly in search of new, stronger opponents, taking down enemy after enemy with his unmatched strength and indomitable fighting spirit. So it seems like every character, obviously Goku will have his own character introduction, and Vegeta will also have his own character introduction. So depending on the 8 separate distinct characters that we do get, obviously, you know, will vary on what exactly their character introduction will be. Scrolling down here just a little bit more, it says, our goal for this was a mode that would allow players the satisfying challenge faced by characters and their friends. Additionally, certain cutscenes allow players to experience parts of the story from a first-person perspective, which we hope will allow players to further immerse themselves in the characters' experiences. We've already explained that. If you guys look on the screen right now, you will see, you know, basically the first POV, the first-person POVs that we've had with Goku specifically. We haven't really been given any of those first-person POVs with any other characters, specifically characters like Vegeta or other characters that will be incorporated within the 8 roster that we'll have within that. But it seems like for now we've seen, you know, that first POV when Goku gets hit with the special beam cannon. We've also seen that one when he's about to sacrifice his life, so no reason to really dive too deep into that. But that's all they really show here for the episode battle showcase. We are actually going to go to this next thing, which is the custom battle, really quickly. Even though this doesn't really consist with the actual story, we're going to take a brief look at the custom battle because I do believe this is important. It says, in this mode, players will fight in battles that each have their own original scenes. With the custom battle and their bonus battles, a mode where we've prepared several original battle situations developed for you to enjoy. In this mode, some battles will have different victory conditions, and some might have event cutscenes pop up midway, so you'll be able to enjoy battles different from the norm. In edit mode, you'll be able to freely set the characters to be played, as well as the pre-battle and post-battle cutscenes to make your own original battle. what you've made will be able to be uploaded and viewed online for the whole world to play. So we hope you enjoy sharing the battles and situations you've thought up. You've been able to edit existing content along with the bonus battles to use as a base, so try your hand at making a whole variety of battles. So if you guys want more of a in-depth on what this what if battles are actually going to consist of, or basically custom what if battles will actually consist of, I will leave a link to the video that I've made explaining the entire thing, just so you guys can know more of what this will basically be. Overall, this is going to be a very exciting game mode, because off of this game mode alone, you'll basically be able to create every single story within the Dragon Ball Z anime. You know, like, there's no reason, even within the manga, you know, you can, although like characters are not yet confirmed for the character roster that would basically be consistent within the manga, but you know, like Moro, Granola won't be here, but you can really create like a whole story within the manga that'll really be exciting for the most part. So that's gonna be really cool to see, but I'm really not too sure at all the the tad bits and peaks that's going to be incorporated within this. Again, check out my video that I've made on this. I really do an in-depth and explain every small piece of this, so you guys can go ahead and look forward to that video. So in terms of the 8 different characters, I did want to review this a little bit. These 8 characters right here that I do have on the screen, I do believe these are the 8 characters that we can expect to be incorporated within the actual story. So obviously Goku and Vegeta are already confirmed. You know, Goku is going to be the character with the most stages incorporated with his POV, so that's going to be very exciting. But in terms of the other 6 characters, okay, if you look at the original 8 Z fighters prior to Goten and Kid Trunks basically being incorporated within the Majin Buu saga, and keep in mind they only contain their relevancy within the Majin Buu saga, they don't really have any sense of relevance outside of the Majin Buu saga, with the exception of, you know, the Dragon Ball Super story and then the Dragon Ball Super Hero story, but you know, that's basically a given. I think these are the basic 8 characters that we can expect, because these are the basic 8 original Z fighters, and this basically makes more sense if we are also getting OG Dragon Ball incorporated within the story. So starting with Goku and Vegeta, obviously that's already been confirmed. We can accept that for a fact that they will be 2 of the 8 characters that we will be having. Then over here we do have Gohan. Obviously Gohan is shown within early Dragon Ball Z, and he maintains his relevancy throughout the series, even now within the latest Dragon Ball Super Hero movie, so I don't think there's any reason to doubt whether or not he would be one of the 8 characters. Next, we would have Future Trunks. Now, he is mainly relevant only for the Goku Black arc and for the Android Saga. The Android Saga does play a very significant role, especially when it comes to a character like Future Trunks. This also does give variety for them to maybe change Future Trunks to Kid Trunks. I'm not sure if they do want to incorporate a specific POV from Kid Trunks, you know, or they could incorporate Kid Trunks and Goten into one whole, considering the fact that their main course of relevancy within the Majin Buu saga is when they're Gotenks, you know what I mean? So that can be something to look forward to as well. But I think the top 4 characters are the characters that I'm most confident in that will be incorporated within this basic 8 characters that will be for the episode battles. That's just what I think. I think we can really expect Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and obviously Future Trunks. Another character that I would say is basically a given at this point would also be Piccolo. Piccolo has a massive relevancy within the Saiyan saga, the Frieza saga, the Cell saga, even in the Majin Buu saga. And then he also maintains that relevancy within Dragon Ball Super and then in Dragon Ball Super Hero. So obviously when Orange Piccolo comes out, you know, you're just going to need to have Piccolo as an important character to be within Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Upon that, these 3 characters do have a large relevancy within early Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and they are incorporated within the original 8 Z fighters, or there are originally 9 Z fighters if you include Chaozu, but come on, no one needs Chaozu within the story. That guy is in one important fight within Dragon Ball Z, and then he's in like 2 important fights in Dragon Ball. You know, I think we can live without Chaozu being incorporated within the story here, but Krillin would be very crucial to be added within the game. Tien would also be very crucial to be added to the game, especially considering his relevance within the Saiyan saga and the Cell saga. Like, you just can't have Tien without Tien's sacrifice in the Cell saga, or not the Cell saga, the Saiyan saga, sorry, and then obviously Tien's like infamous tri-beam that he does on semi-perfect zone to the point where he's actually able to hold him back for a little while. And then obviously you also have Yamcha, who is also able to maintain a good sense of relevancy throughout the story as well. I think the most times these three characters right here, these three Earthlings, maintain the most sense of relevancy is in OG Dragon Ball, and I really do firmly believe that OG Dragon Ball will be included within the episode battles. That's just what I think. I don't think, you know, there's any reason for us to doubt that. You know, you don't have Dragon Ball Z without OG Dragon Ball. I would be very, very upset if they just entirely skip OG Dragon Ball and they do episode battles on Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. You know, that just wouldn't really make sense for me. And, you know, OG Dragon Ball is canon before any of these other things, you know? So I think what makes most sense is for them to incorporate OG Dragon Ball within the episode battles. And even if they don't, you know, it's not the biggest like bummer in the world. You know, we'll still be able to recreate these sort of battles within the custom battles, especially from OG Dragon Ball with the characters that we will have to work with. So there's no reason to really feel iffy or bad about that. But yeah, no, these are the 8 characters that I think it'll be. You know, I don't think I'm too far off the target. Let me know what you guys think about these 8 characters down in the comment section below. A lot of people would incorporate Goten and Kid Trunks within here, but you know, like I said, they're just incorporated within one important saga and they're not really important afterwards. You know what I mean? So I don't really think, you know, they'll really have a big sense of relevancy when it comes to playing from their perspective, you know, aside from the Majin Buu saga. And, you know, they may tweak it in some sort of way where you're able to play from Gotenks when you fight Super Buu in the Majin Buu saga. You know, you never know. All in all, though, this is taking on the same approach from the Budokai 3 game. You know, that's a massive game that a lot of people are massively fond of. And, you know, when it comes to a game like that, you know, it seems like they're incorporating a lot of the features within the early PlayStation 2 games that we've had into Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And that's really, really exciting. You know, some of my most memorable times playing Dragon Ball games was from the early PlayStation 2, you know, playing Budokai 3, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, you know, games like that. And then obviously later it pushes to the PS3 with Raging Blast 2, Burst Limit, and stuff like that. So, you know, it seems like they're really hearing our, you know, our callings for this game. And, you know, they're not just basing it off of, you know, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, you know, you also see a little bit of Raging Blast in there, and obviously with this game mode, you also see a little bit, or you feel a little bit of Budokai 3 in there. So, you know, they're just really giving us everything that we would want when it comes to these game modes as well. And these are very minimal game modes. You know, they could very well have more game modes than this. For example, they could have the World Martial Arts Tournament game mode. That was massively popular within, you know, the Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3 game. They could have other game modes that was incorporated within, you know, Infinite World, Budokai 3. You know, they also had more game modes within the Budokai Tenkaichi series in general, you know, so that could be also incorporated within Sparking Zero. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, no, that's all I have for today's video. Let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comment section below. I think this is very, very exciting. Let me know what you guys think about my prediction for the 8 characters, and also let me know what your prediction for the 8 characters will be as well. I'd love to hear your guys' predictions on that. But yeah, no, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.